my channel. So today's video is going to be a long awaited video that I have been planning to do for a while. So this is going to be my full coverage foundation routine, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. I hope you guys learn from this video, and I want to show you guys all the steps that it takes for me to get a full coverage foundation routine for when I'm either going to an event, when I'm going out, or when I'm filming videos for you guys. So if you guys want to see how I got this full coverage foundation routine, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is obviously prime my face, because when it comes to long wearing foundation routines, I really like it to not only look full coverage, but also to last and stay full coverage throughout the whole entire day. The thing that I do is prime, and I prime it with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and this is a product that I only use when I'm doing a full coverage long lasting foundation. So I am going to spread this on my face really quickly. I do like to avoid the eye area, obviously. This is just gonna set and dry on the face, and it's going to help prolong the wear of our foundation. And then after that, I'm gonna add 2 more primers. I know I go a little crazy with the primers, but I just really want to lock and load that foundation in, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So the other 2 primers that I use are primers that I use on a day-to-day basis, but these help make the foundation look so flawless, make them last, and it just creates a nice smooth canvas for when you are going to be applying foundation on top. So I like to take the One Heck of a Blot by Soap and Glory first, and then I apply the Professional by Benefit right on top of that, because it just helps minimize its pores. The One Heck of a Blot one, pretty much the only thing it does is kind of smooths over everything, and as well as control the oils on my face. If you have oily skin like me, you definitely need this product in your life, because it will be a lifesaver. But I just like applying this basically in the T-zone area. Then after that, I like to apply my Professional one right on top of that, and this one I like to focus kind of like right here, and I just like to really press it into the skin. That way it can help fill in those pores and make us look like we don't have any pores, or that they're a little bit reduced. And I like to apply a little bit more on my forehead, because I do have some pore problems there as well. But I'm really just focusing this on the nose, and then as well as on my cheeks. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, and the foundation that I love to use is my Double Wear Foundation from Estee Lauder. This one lasts for 15 to 24 hours. It stays on my face for such a long time. It keeps it matte, and it keeps it looking fresh all day long. So that is the reason why I like to use this particular foundation. The other reason why I like to use this foundation is because it is very full coverage, and a little bit goes a long way. And this foundation is just amazing. So I like to use this one on my face. I've mentioned this foundation before, and I absolutely love it. And I'm actually going to be taking it on a beauty sponge, and I'm going to apply this on the whole entire face. And as you guys can see how full coverage that is, it covers redness, darkness, pretty much anything. Like, this foundation even covers my freckles a little bit. I don't mean it to cover my freckles, but it just kind of does anyways. So I like using this foundation for when I'm going for more of a full coverage finish, and this one just does the best for me. So after that, I like to go ahead and apply some kind of concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers by far, and this is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC Cosmetics, and I like using this underneath the eyes as well as to highlight. This one is really good for not creasing or not settling underneath the eyes. Very full coverage, and that is the reason why I like to use it only when I'm going to be doing a full coverage look. Any other areas that I want to highlight. And I'm going to take this in a triangle underneath the eyes. I feel like this just helps not only cover better, it also helps with highlighting underneath there as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my beauty sponge, and I'm going to just blend that out underneath the eyes and everywhere else that I applied the concealer. Okay, so you just want to make sure that you're pressing that into the skin. So as you guys can see, my face is looking pretty full coverage already, but I am going to make it even more full coverage, that way it actually lasts. And these are the products that I normally use to actually make it last. And you just want to make sure that you go back in and tap out any of those creases if it is creasing a little bit from the fine lines that you have underneath there. I'm just going to be taking my Airspun powder. You can find this at Walmart, I believe Target as well, and I just like to dip my sponge in here and press it underneath the eyes. And this is kind of like going to bake the under eye area, but it's actually going to set the powder into the skin even better, and it's going to help minimize any pores that you have. And it's just going to make the whole overall finish look seriously flawless. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that underneath the eyes. And I'm also going to take a little bit more of that and I'm going to put it on my nose. If you are like me and get super oily right there, this is a really good technique to do because it just helps make the foundation last a lot longer, and it helps set it. That way it doesn't move or get oily as quick. And I'm also going to do that a little bit on my forehead as well. After that, I'm going to actually put some more powder on, but I'm going to put a different powder on for the rest of my face. So this is actually the Studio Fix powder from MAC Cosmetics, and it just looks like this. It comes with a little sponge and everything, but I like to take an actual brush and I like to kind of put this on the outer perimeters of my face. I feel like it just not only gives me that color again from the Airspun powder, but it just makes it look more flawless, and it just really smooths over anything that you have on your face. And it gives a really nice coverage. And I'm going to as well blend this down. Now that we're done with the actual powder and foundation and all that, I did want to quickly show you guys how I like to contour and highlight for a full coverage look. So I like to take my Wet n Wild contouring palette, and it just looks like this. I usually change it up, but lately I've been really loving this one. So I'm going to take the contouring shade and I'm going to get that on a thinner brush. You want to make sure you're using a thin brush because I feel like it just helps really chisel out the cheeks. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go from the top of my ear all the way down to about midway. And I'm also going to bring this up towards the temples. This is just going to bring back dimension to your face and not make you look so like flat. Also actually going to take this down on my chin and my jawline, just to help blend everything together. After that, I'm going to go ahead and take my Airspun powder again on the sponge, and I'm going to bake underneath our contour. This is just going to help clean it up, make it look a little bit better and sharper and not as messy. So I'm just going to take that on the sponge. And while that is sitting there baking, I'm going to move on to the rest of my face makeup. I'm going to be taking this blush. This is the Rosemantic Rose Blush from Milani, and I'm going to be taking my Estee Lauder blush brush, and I'm going to be using that to apply my blush today. This is like a nice soft pinky blush. I really like this blush for springtime, so I'm going to put this on the back parts of my cheeks. And I'm going to blend that towards my hairline and down towards my contour. I don't like to put any blush right here because that can make your face look a little bit rounder. And on my particular face shape, I like to bring it back a little bit. That way it doesn't look so rounded. I like to keep the contouring effect so it slends out the face. Actually going to be highlighting my face today with the Bronze Goddess Heat Wave highlighter from Estee Lauder. This has been one of my favorites and I've been really loving this, and I'm going to be taking this on a MAC 159 brush, and it just looks like this, and I'm going to apply that to my cheekbones. Going to be taking a brush to dust off my baking that we did underneath our contour. So this is the stippling brush, and this is by Real Techniques. It just looks like this. I like this because it really just dusts away everything, but at the same time makes it blend and look better than it just looking so harsh. So I'm going to be taking this and just cleaning off all this powder, and I'm going to be going in circular motions so that it helps blend the contour and the blush. Makes it look a lot more flawless. Then there you have it. This is my full coverage foundation routine. I feel like it's super easy and it doesn't really take that many steps. Like I see some other people's full coverage foundation routines and I feel like it's just a lot of steps. So I feel like this is a little bit better for beginners. This is my full coverage look. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell down below. That way you guys can be notified when I upload. I do upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Don't forget to hit those little notifications, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!